Little Deviants, and welcome to a little bit of a different video. Basically, this is just going to be my very first Q&A, and we'll see how this goes. Before I show you the speed paint that's going to be with this, there is a little bit of a spoiler in it. It's not much, it's stuff you're going to see in the very first chapter of Project Evolution, but just a heads up, because I know some people like to go in completely blank. So I'm going to do this as like one shot as possible. That's probably why you're going to hear a lot of ums and awkward pauses. So I haven't looked at any of the questions, or at least I've tried not to, so you're going to get the most honest answers I can muster. Alright, so first question, what ethnicity are you? I'm still trying to figure that out. We're still kind of finding a lot of stuff out about one side of my family, so I'll let you know. But I know for sure it's Portuguese and Brazilian. That's from one side of the family, so hello all my Portuguese brethren. Next question, do you draw original character and canon couples? I can. I used to way back when on my old DeviantArt account that I will not be showing you guys anytime soon. But yeah, if it's like a request or commission, sure, I don't mind. Next question, how would you respond to a bully in a real life situation? Goodness, it's been a while since I've dealt with bullies. I had a bit of a reputation in middle school and high school, so most people avoided bullying me. Last time I dealt with one, I remember we actually had to threaten with getting the police involved because that girl was just nuts. I remember a boot being thrown at my head and a lot of immature comments. But honestly, I would just ignore it. If they really feel the need to go and insult you and harass you, then chances are their life basically is in the toilet. I usually just ignore it. Next question, when did you start your drawing career? Like actually making money off of it? I actually started that back in middle school. I had like a system going, you don't understand. I'd bring a binder to school every day and it would have a bunch of different drawings in it. And if you wanted one, you'd have to come find me at lunch or break and I'd have the binder with me. And if you wanted one, you had to put your name on the picture. I eventually realized that was a stupid idea, so then I had it on a sticky note on the picture so my pictures weren't covered in a bunch of names. But I would take the binder home and basically I would put the picture that you would wanted, I'd tape it to my window, and the sun always came through my window because my room like faced sunset. So I would go and trace my own work and then I would bring it to you the next day and you would have to give me a quarter. It was a quarter per picture because I didn't color it. That was all up to you. I basically gave you like a coloring book, except, you know, with pencil because I didn't have inking pens and I didn't know what those were. But if you didn't have a quarter, you had to buy me a snack. Suffice to say, a lot of my friends kind of use this. They just bring me snacks like cookies and things and they'd get pictures. Yeah. But that was when I first started selling them. I didn't start doing actual commissions until basically recently in college because you need all the money you can get. So yeah, as for actual drawing, I've basically been doing it since I was little. Actually, I wanted to be an author first. So I would go and I'd write like a whole bunch of stories, but I wanted to have a visual representation of what my characters would actually look like. So that's when I started drawing. I wasn't a very social kid growing up. It's like, do I want to go and play with the other kids or do I want to go and write a novel? I was that kid. Next, do you think Konami will be respectful towards Bomberman or will the love of cheap mobile gaming be a real blow towards the series? With how most game companies are treating their properties, I don't have very high hopes. It's possible. Anything is, I suppose, but I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, because Konami has Konami can have a bit more respect towards some of their other games. I mean, I've played quite a few and enjoyed them, so I don't know, I hope they'll make a good product, hopefully. Next, what's speed paints? That's what you're watching right now. It's just a recording of something I painted, and then it's sped up. The speed paint. And they asked more questions. Hold on. Do you enjoy classic movies, as in films made up to the 70s, and any particular favorites? Yeah, I do have a love for classic movies. I don't know, there's just something about the way they look. I don't know, I always kind of like the soft focus. I wish we had more of that in modern films. Now it's all gritty and hard, and it's like, I don't know, there's just something about that soft focus that makes you look like it makes the whole movie look painted, and it's just kind of cool. As for favorites, I'd have to say My Fair Lady, the one with Audrey Hepburn. I don't know, I love it, and with her Cockney accent, it's just precious. Close second to that, I'd have to say, is the Sound of Music. I can't help it, it's Julie Andrews, man, how can you not love her? She's like everyone's favorite grandma. But yeah, I'd have to say those are my favorites. Any tips for beginners? And I did specify this later, they're referring to comic series, when I say like comic writing. Well, the best advice I ever got was actually from my creative writing teacher. He said, write what you know. And that's actually kind of how Project Evolution started. Basically, there's a lot of things pulled from my own life, from stories that my friends have told me, from stuff my family's gone through. Obviously there's fiction in it. I mean, there's magic and monsters and all of that other fun stuff. But I think it's a good starting point to start with what's going on in real life, if that makes any sense. Any other comic tips? I'd have to say make sure you have something recognizable about your work. Something where it's like either the style or the way it's written or your coloring style, just different sort of things that would make people go, oh yeah, that's so-and-so's comic. It's just something that kind of helps, because there's a lot of people out making comics these days, so yeah, I'd say that's probably it. There's not a whole lot of restrictions with comics, especially these days, and with how many different ways you can get it out there. I don't know, just have fun with it. If you're not enjoying it, then it's going to show in your work, and you're going to end up putting out less of a product. You're not going to enjoy it as much, and people will be able to tell. So make sure you're having fun with it. Don't get too stressed out, and don't worry too much about the little things. Have you ever met a celebrity? I have to think. Does meeting characters at Disneyland count? I have met a few. I've met a few bands every now and again whenever I go to concerts. That's when I was really lucky and to be able to go backstage and all that stuff. Last one I remember, I think it was Martina McBride, or no, it was Shania Twain. That was it. It was a ways back. I remember my mom took me back when I actually enjoyed country music. But yeah, I want to say that was the last real celebrity that I met, and that was when I was a wee lass. I was little, or well, smaller. Alright, Jeep, I'm cutting you off from the questions. You don't get to ask anymore. I'm putting you in the corner. You're in timeout. Alright, so on to Jeep Senpai's amazing list of questions. What's your favorite color? I don't know the actual name of it. I've just been calling it emerald blue. If you've ever mixed paint, it's the color you get whenever you mix orange and blue together, that really warm kind of blue. Basically, it's the color of Ash's hair. That's the closest I can probably get. That's not the exact shade, but it's close enough. I know it's weirdly specific, but yeah, that green-blue kind of tone, that's what I like. And when did you start drawing? I don't remember the actual age. I want to say I started in about kindergarten. That's about when I can remember it. But I didn't start taking it seriously, I want to say until middle school, when I realized, oh, I can actually draw comic books. You can tell stories through pictures. Oh my god! And that was when I first really kind of wanted to start. The funny thing was, I didn't actually focus on comics back then. Weirdly enough, I was focused on fashion and design. Let that sink in. I could have been a fashion designer instead of a comic book artist. Did anything inspire Project Evolution? If so, what? Well, other than the ties from... other than real life, let me think. Obviously there's a couple of characters here and there. Well, part of it was I kind of wanted, when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of sort of female superheroes. I didn't know about Wonder Woman and all of that. I grew up with Powerpuff Girls, and that was basically it. So I kind of wanted to make an all girls, girl power superhero team. That's what originally started it. And then as I grew up, I realized that was kind of a stupid, bland idea that's now been overdone. So I kind of let it sit in the back of my mind. And then in high school, I really started getting into different cultures and mythologies and all of that fun stuff. So then I'm like, hey, you remember that really weird idea I had about superheroes? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So those kind of ideas just mixed together, and that started Project Evolution as it is now. What art style do you find most visually appealing? I'd have to say one that's, different and really stylized. I mean, the photorealism ones are pretty and all, but I don't know, there's something about the Gorilla style and Invader Zim, and I'm trying to think of other artists on here. I mean, there's Bleed Man, he's pretty good. There's Vivzy Pop, who's pretty good. I just like it when there's a specific style to it. I just find it kind of cool. And those are usually where I get my ideas from anyway, so meh. What would you say is your own style at the moment based most on? If based on something at all? Well, I kind of pulled a lot of ideas from other artists that were better than me. This is the only art theft I approve of. Basically, I really liked Kiwi Bird's coloring style. The way she kind of has those paint splotches and things are kind of realistic and kind of not. So I took that and applied it to my own thing. And then there were a couple other things here and there, like I like playing with sharp edges and curved edges. I think I kind of got that idea from Vivzy Pop. If you've ever seen her work, it's really good. You should go look at it. But I'd have to say it kind of started back when Rogue Galaxy came out. Basically, I just really wanted to draw those characters, so I kept trying and trying and trying. I still can't do that style very well, but it's fine. But yeah, I'd say Kiwi Bird, Vivzy Pop, probably some Tim Burton and Invader Zim mixed in there, because duh. And then Rogue Galaxy. I'd say those things mashed together somehow made my style. What's with the nice attitude artists supposed to be snobs or something? Well, in real life, I'm a lot more antisocial. I'm kind of just that quiet kid who sits in the corner and does their work, and then just kind of leaves. Not really as social on here, but I don't know, it's fun talking to you guys, so it's I don't know. Just being nice, man. Which of the Zelda games on the Philips CDI do you think is the best? This is probably gonna send a mob after me, but I've never played any of the Zelda games. I've seen all the memes and stuff from it, but I've never played any of them. You think I would with how much I love RPGs, but nope. Never picked up a single Zelda game. Are you a meme queen? Oh god. Yeah, I'm cutting you off from the questions you don't get to ask anymore. Yeah, by the time I get into memes, it's usually super overdone and super late. I'm still annoying my friends and family with the what are those meme. Yeah, I'm not up to date at all on the memes. I'm just a little old lady who's like, have you guys ever heard Gangnam Style? If you guys know where that joke's from, I will love you. Am I running out of questions? Obviously not. Where do babies come from? You should ask your mother. Are you my mom? I would have a lot of questions if I was. Yes, I have birthed the Jeep Senpai. Everyone knows now. It's all across the internet. If you made dinner for a bunch of people, would you make a lot of spaghetti? Oh, God. No, I wouldn't make anything. I'd probably just order food. I am cursed. I can't make any food. It all just ends up as a burnt crisp, and I don't know why. I've been cursed by the food gods. Why did you make Ash's hair so hard to draw in pixel art? It's hard to draw, period. I promise, it was a lot more simplistic in all her other designs. But I don't know, somewhere along the line, I'm like, I want to give her those little wispies. Like you see on the kind of those dorky characters, because I thought it'd be funny if she had a dorky trait mixed in with her serious personality trait. And then somehow they just kept getting bigger and bigger. And now she has that. I don't know. Her hair just kind of exploded. Are we there yet? And where's there? Why do you do this to me, Jeep Senpai? Should I stop asking questions? I don't know. I'm still putting you in the corner. You're still grounded, so yes. You're done asking questions. Have you ever straight up raged at anything? The last time I can remember seriously raging, I want to say that was when I was playing White Knight Chronicles 2. God. That was building up, though, over, quite a while. There's an entire story behind why I hate the White Knight Chronicles games. I hate them so much. In my opinion, those are the worst games ever made. They're just evil. Magic Conch, will I ever get married? Maybe someday. Yeah, you gotta love the SpongeBob memes. Those are always just the best. Alright, and that concludes my very first Q&A. That was kind of fun just to kind of mumble and ramble at you guys. I'll have to do this again soon because I'm sure I'll have another obnoxiously long speed paint. So this picture probably won't be posted until I actually get the first chapter of Project Evolution up, because some people really want to avoid spoilers. So yeah, thanks for all your questions, guys. I'll have to go and do this again. Alright, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the speed paint here. Thank you guys for watching, and bye for now.